प्रणयि भगता सङ्गे मृदङ्गपाद्य सुनीते अबाल अबासर सदजाचे गौरविहत कीर्तन सुनि आनंदरितय नाचे जुगल मूर्ति देखिया मोरा परम आनंद होया प्रसाद सेवा करिते होया सकल प्रपंच जया जेदिन गृहे भजन देखी गृहे ते गोलोक भया चरण सिद्धू देखिया गंगा सुख ससीमा पाया तुलसी देखी जुराया प्राण माधव तोषणी जानी गौर प्रिया सत सेवने जीवन सार्थक मानी भक्ति विनोद कृष्ण भजने अनुकूला पाय जाहा प्रतिदिवेश परम सुखे स्वीकर कुर्जयतः भक्ति विनोद कृष्ण भजने अनुकूला पाय जाहा प्रतिदिवेश परम सुखे स्वीकर कुर्जयतः शुद्ध भक्त चरण रेणु भजन अनुकूल भक्त सेवा परम सिद्धि विमलती करमूला. The dust of the lotus feet of pure devotees, enthusiastic devotional service and service to the pure devotees of the highest order are the root of the creeper of devotion. The holy days like Ekadashi Janmashtami are the mother of devotion. For those devotees who respect them, let the holy places of Krishna's pastimes be my places of worship and bless me. May I always visit all the holy places associated with the Leela of Lord Chaitanya and his devotees. When I hear the sounds of the mridanga in my heart, I always desire to join in Kirtana, and when I hear the bona fide songs describing Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, my heart dances in ecstasy. Whenever I see the transcendental Sri Vigrahas of Radha Krishna, I am in bliss, for by taking the Lordship's prasada, we can conquer over the material elements. One day, while performing devotional practices, I saw my house transformed into Goloka Vrindavan. When I take the Charnamrita of the deity, I see the holy Ganges water that come from the feet of Lord Vishnu, and my bliss knows no bounds. By seeing the tulsi tree, my heart feels joy, and Lord Madhava Krishna is also satisfied. When I eat the prasada favored by Lord Chaitanya, it is a new life experience. Lord Chaitanya was very fond of green vegetable preparation called shaka, and there is another song in this book that tells of the amazing effects of the type of prasad. Bhakti Vinoda concludes by saying, whosoever attains stage of enthusiasm for these devotional practices will be supremely blissful wherever he may be. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Shri Ekadashi Tithi ki Jai. Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi ki Jai. Hare Krishna to all devotees. Dandavat Pranam to all. Over to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Do you want me to do the revision first or the...
Krishna Mataji. Okay, you do the revision.
Oh.
Yes, Prabhu, sorry. I was little. Do you want me to do the Mangalacharan, is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Over to you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So now we will revise the previous week, which is lesson 86. I will just share my screen in a minute. Sorry, lesson 87. Okay. May someone please help confirm you're seeing the screen share and able to hear me also?
Yes, yes, can see the screen.
Okay, but let me do the full screen. Okay, right. So now what we did last time was I just need to arrange something. Yeah, lesson 87, which covered chapter 51, chapter title Deliverance of Muchukunda. So very wonderful chapter. The summarization is here. There are 63 verses in this chapter. In this, what we saw that Jarasan, who has been attacking 17 times and got defeated, again by the inspiration and the motivation uh, not in favor of Krishna, again tries 18 times and attack the city from one side. Whereas we have this another demon called Kalyavan, who is actually guided by Narad Muni, interestingly, because he is looking for someone to fight of his equal. Then Narad Muni, who is always churning the Leela, he guides him and says, "Okay, go to Krishna, the king of Yadus. He's in Mathura. He will be a fight. He will fight for you." So Mathura on one hand is being attacked by Jarasan, other hand by Kalyana. Now that we covered. Now how Lord Krishna caused Muchukunda with his glance to burn Kalyavan to ashes. So this is the history out there. When this Kalyavana is following Lord Krishna, Krishna is running away, and that's why he was called Ranchor Das. He's running away, and then he enters a cave and sort of disappears. And this guy Kalyavana, the demon, he sees Muchukunda lying down, so he thinks Krishna is sleeping, and then he hits him hard, and Muchukunda wakes up. And when he glances at him, the demon Kalyavana is burnt. So we went into the details of this pastime, how it was like Muchukunda not burned by the sight of, how it is, so sorry, how it is that Kalyavana not burned by the sight of Muchukunda, but by his own impious activities or past karma. That's what burnt him. We went through that, but we'll do a quick revision. And then Muchukunda gets a wonderful darshan of the Lord. He speaks his prayers. That is what Bhagavatam is about, prayer by devotee and blessings by the Lord, the grace of the Lord and through the prayers of the wonderful devotees. So those are key takeaways. And then Lord Krishna, as we say in the final section, verses 36 to 63, blesses Muchukunda with pure devotion for him, which is already there, but he blesses that he will continue, and he responds to his prayers and tells him that his desires will be fulfilled. So now verse 1 to 21, what were the key thematic elements? We'll try to summarize. Now, the first one is about like the theme of devotion and impact of one action, right? So here comes the first question. Uh, so what was the boon which actually I did cover that? It's simple one. What was the boon which Muchukunda got from the demigods?
Hare Krishna,
Yes, ma'am.
Prabhuji. Yes, he got the boon that to remain in a sleep slumber until the appearance of Krishna in the deep yearning for the divine connection and vision.
So nice. Thank you, Samadhi. Simple, but that's how it is, that he did not want to see or wake up until he can see only Lord Krishna. That was his divine. He does not want to keep into connect, right? So I think I covered this part, how the story progresses. And then, like, when Kal Yavana is destroyed, Muchukunda, he prays. Um, and also, like, why did he ask that boon? So we covered that. We will continue. Now there are further themes here. That was a highlight. There is further theme, like only through devotion we can get the proper realization of who we are, who Krishna is, what is our Sambandha Gyan, and then what we need to do, right? And only that can come from heartfelt devotion. Consequences of action. So just like Kalyavana, he is always desiring to fight and create havoc. That is what the demonic mindset is. So finally, we saw what the consequences of actions were. Krishna tricked him. He knows how to deal. If we think we can trick Krishna, then Krishna can tricks us multiple times. That's what we see. So all this is the next point: divine play or leela. So Krishna interacts all this wonderful pastime. Why he does that? For his own pleasure, and also so that we jivas can then discuss about them and get purified. Simply by discussing the pastime, hearing and discussing the pastime, we get this purification. So this is a wonderful platform for that. And then power of prayers, right? So I have a question on that, right? Uh, what is the what does this power of prayer illustrate, and what are the results? If someone can help read that. Hare Krishna. What does the power of prayer here illustrate? Maybe
Krishna
Radhi,
Prabhuji.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hare
please.
Krishna. Yeah.
You want to go ahead?
Hello, Prabhuji. You can also try. Over to you.
Okay. So it's a permanent. Muchkunda was, was fighting and he was expecting a long, long sleep. And he was also praying. So he's a long sleep until appearance of the Lord. That also mixed with the wound that he received from them. So when you do a really, he served a demigod so nicely. Demigod also wanted to give a boon, but that boon turned out to be really divine boon for him. So long, long sleep. That's what we see. The prayer always ends into a Lord's mercy.
Correct. So if we are in alignment with the divine, thank you, Radhavana Prabhu,
Yeah.
wonderful. So if we are in alignment with Krishna's will, then the powerful outcome can manifest. So how do we be in alignment with Krishna will, as we discussed? Through the Guru Parampara, through our Guru, our Diksha Guru and our Acharya, like His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, we get a set of instructions. When we do our best to apply that, that is showing our inclination that we are in alignment with divine will, and we see the manifest of powerful outcome, that is our purification and our path of going forward. Then transcends of life and time. So that also we covered, like while he had a long sleep, but despite of that, the time flows continues. But bhakti, or the process of bhakti, is transcendental. It is it helps us to transcend that. Finally, there are several conclusions here. Um, uh, the- like the question here I have is, how can we access the beauty and grace of divine? How do we access the beauty and grace of divine?
With the
Hare
pure heart.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes, Radhika Mata. No,
Only pure, all the devotees with pure hearts can only recognize the beauty of Krishna and grace of Krishna. And if they are not pure-hearted, that they are covered with ignorance.
So then, what about us? We are neither pure nor impure. We are in between, right? Well,
We are just starting to be.
yes, correct. So, I mean, we also get, yes, that's the right answer. It just came to my mind, this question. Example. So, what about us? But I think you have the answer. We covered also. We are on the path. So, we are getting the mercy. We may not be getting the direct darshan, but what we have is the instruction and the facility, and Krishna arranges if we have the right desire and the right intent. So Krishna arranges everything for us. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Prabhuji, may I ask something?
Yes.
All devotees are pure heart, but even though we can't know the grace of Krishna fully, we can't know. Though we are pure heart, एक बच्चा है वो बहुत छोटा बच्चा प्योर heart है, लेकिन वो नहीं जान सकता. तो knowledge is also must be there.
Yes. Yes, Mataji.
Is it
Right.
correct?
In my opinion, as I understand from Bhagavatam, our heart is actually not, our intention is right, that our inclination is there, but our heart is not 100% pure yet. There is still, I mean, based on what Bhagavatam say, there is a wonderful verse also on how I don't remember. That's at like as we like this Cheto Darpana Maharaj, as much as we serve the Lord, remember Him through devotion, the heart becomes cleaner. As much as we surrender, that is proportionate to the clarity of the heart. When it is fully desire and intention, then we are fully this
Okay.
where we will be
Okay,
called pure
Prabhuji.
heart, and we'll get direct mercy of Krishna. And
Okay.
Let
Thank
me
you,
ask
Prabhuji.
you, let me ask you a question here.
yes,
भगवान की ग्रेस के बगैर भक्ति मिल सकती है? भगवान की भक्ति ग्रेस के बगैर भक्ति मिल सकती है और हमें भक्ति मिली या नहीं?
Yes,
that grace is there.
we
Yes.
cannot get, yeah, grace is there.
भगवान की
तो
मर्सी
हम कैसे कह सकते हैं भगवान की ग्रेस नहीं मिली हमें? भगवान की ग्रेस है तभी तो हम यहाँ आए हैं.
Yes.
That's the
So,
reason why we are here. We get
yes,
to hear Krishna Katha
yes,
in association with Sadhu Sangha.
yes. The
So
grace
grace
is
to
there,
I,
yet our heart is not fully pure. It
yeah,
is.
our heart is in the process of being purified.
Yes, that's what I meant. Correct, Prabhu. Thanks for correcting. The grace is there, always there. We are not fully purified. We are on the path of purification, as in our heart. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Charvaji. Thank you so much.
Okay, we continue. So, next section, verses 22 to 35. There are 8 key elements. The doubt that Muchukunda had on first, that who is this person? I can see the light. Is it Krishna or someone else? Only he was supposed to wake me up. So at times doubt do come, but with devotee they can quickly recognize Krishna helps them, and they also take the thought. So there is further this description of how Muchukunda he recognized the divine qualities of the Lord. Then there is a analogy of heart as a cave, or metaphor of heart as a cave. If someone can help me share, what does that signify? What does heart as a cave signify?
It signifies a hidden place of feelings and thoughts, and Only Krishna's knowledge gives us a light to illuminate our hidden darkness.
Correct. Correct. Right. And then finally, humility in self-identification. Thank you, Madhuri. That's right. So, like humility, as we discussed several times, Trinadapi Sunichina, Tarodapi Sunil. So, we see from the behavior from Muchukunda also. He refers to himself as Loka Kshatriya and he demonstrates his humility. This shows that true wisdom recognizing one's position without any arrogance. Okay? So, I think I have just few more minutes. I have time. So, we'll continue. So further desire for knowledge. So it is not like Muchukanda now feels that, okay, I helped the demigods, I got the boon, means I have all the knowledge, but he's still offering his prayers and he's asking for more knowledge and association of devotee. He recognizes Krishna's authority, and then after his prayers and conversation, Krishna responds with a smile and deep voice. And this indicated that he accepted Muchukunda's prayers and humility. And that was wonderfully covered by Mataji in the last class. Right? So overall, what would you say? Here comes the next question for this. What would you say, referring to this section? What are the emphasis here for us? What are the key takeaway points? What are the emphasis of this? Santa Mataji, if you're okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It
Yes, ma'am.
emphasizes humility, importance of humility, and we should everyone should recognize the divine qualities, and for this he should be seeker of the knowledge. He or
Correct.
she
Yeah. So these three key
have the
elements
desire
are
for the knowledge.
absolutely, Madhuri. Thank you so much. So these three key elements are emphasized here from this section. Then we continue the last phase, which is verses 36 to 63, the key thematic element that we see here. Again, this is a continuing conversation of between Muchukunda and the Lord that emphasize true devotion, transcend material desire and attachment. We covered that. And here's my next question. What is the problem or what is the realization of Muchukunda in terms of gains from material existence? Are there any gains? What is his realization about this material world and material existence?
Hare Krishna,
Okay.
Prabhuji. So,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, go ahead, Mataji. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So Muchikunda has realized that material existence, the nature of material existence is temporary, it is transitory, and it is futile to run after worldly pleasures. And that because he has been a king, he had to succumb to uh, like being a king, whatever he had to do. So he got into sense gratification and everything. So he realized that he had wasted a lot of time over unnecessary desires.
Yes, Mantri. So the futility of the material world that we should understand, and Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, the wonderful shloka, Dukhala Mashasvatam, right? So we should do our best, like we have this wonderful platform to utilize that and engage in devotional service. Okay, so just few more minutes for me. I will go ahead quickly. Final section, more, there are 11 themes that we learn. Devotional service is the supreme, right? So where do we find true happiness? That's the next question. I will,
So in serving Krishna
yes,
and we have worldly pleasures we have to avoid and
avoid.
avoid.
So that's a continuation of the theme, impermanence of material benediction. So Hiranyakashipu, we saw a very smart person tried to act. He got all the material benediction, all the power, but Lord Narasimha finally, um, showed his prowess over there. And then criticality on importance of sadhu sangha, association of devotees, that only that can keep us motivated to continue, and will otherwise we'll get lost in this material. And like a gardener, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, we have to pull out the weeds and nurture the right seed. So rejection of material identity. Right? Then time as devourer, all of the activities here in material in the material world have an expiry date. So does our body. So we have to do our best in this allocated time. We covered transcendental nature of Krishna. He's beyond the modes of material nature. They are under his control. That's another aspect we covered in this. And hence we have to avoid the material engagement. So again, coming to important part, which Acharya Prabhu also highlighted nicely, Krishna's grace. So what can we see about Krishna's grace? Who is it available to?
It is available, Krishna grace is available to his devotees only.
Yes. It is, as Prabhuji said, actually open for all, but devotees access this by aligning their intention with that of Lord. So that's how they access.
You
Thank you.
can take the example of Muchukanda,
Correct.
who became devotees and he got the mercy of Krishna.
Yes, yes, yes. Even though, as Mataji said, he was so well, not he was being a king, he had those material aspirations, but then he quickly realized and aligned himself with the instructions of the Lord. Yeah. Okay, and future association with Krishna. So now it's not that once he has seen the Lord, he doesn't want to see, but actually his greed increases. He wants to have more and more association. So that is the demonstration that whatever we do in bhakti never goes, it keeps on increasing. And then finally, recognition of Krishna's form. So what did Muchukunda acknowledge here? That's a question. The last
Hare
one.
Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
So Muchakunda acknowledged that Krishna's body is not material. So it is actually spiritual. So he recognized that the Lord's body and acknowledged that the Lord's body is actually manifestation of spiritual essence. So
Thank you so much, Mataji. Yes, yes, wonderful. And finally, collectively, what we hear from here is Krishna conscious philosophy. It prioritizes devotion. That should be our priority to follow the devotion. That's what we are doing together. We continuously need to remind ourselves the temporary and transient nature of material existence, and that we all have an eternal, unique bond with Lord Krishna. Right? So some questions were given by Prabhuji and answered by him. So I will quickly read and conclude this. What are the specific qualities and activities of Krishna that demonstrate his divine nature in the passage? So his specific quality we highlight here is omnipresence. There's no place where he is not there. He's everywhere. His role in maintaining dharma, and that's how he come. Sambhavami yuge yuge, our favorite verse. And he is completely capable, able to protect and uplift his devotees through love and guidance. All we need is to continue nurture that faith. Second question, how can one effectively cultivate saintly association in this day and age? Simple answer, just be connected to ISKCON and devotees. Srila Prabhupada has given this platform where like-minded individuals who share a commitment to spiritual growth can also facilitate meaningful association, which is what exactly we are doing here. So stay in the association, follow the instructions of the Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, and the seniors. So that will elevate us. Srila Prabhupada had that backdoor key for us. So we continue following and doing our best. Then he will take us through this. And his devotees will take us. What practical steps can be taken to sever the attachment to material desire while deepening one's devotion? regular engagement in spiritual practice, and setting the clear instruction. That means being clear what is our goal and the priority. With that, I end my revision. Thank you very much. On time, and over to you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. I seek the blessings of all the devotees, Charu Prabhuji and Chat Prabhuji, and all the devotees assembled here, so that I can speak clearly today for your satisfaction and the satisfaction of the Lord. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. I hope you can hear me clearly. Is
Yes,
my
Mataji.
voice
Yes, very
Yeah,
clear.
yeah, we can.
audible? Okay. I'll just share my screen.
But then you don't have to go the entire list,
Okay, Prabhu.
It's just the program just said that,
So I start from here, Prabhu.
Yes.
Okay. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girinyat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Nidataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. So today I will be discussing Rukmini Devi's message to Lord Krishna. So this is in the chapter 52 of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So what is the background to this? The background to this is that just now we heard in the classes about how Muchakunda has been delivered by Lord Krishna. What happens when Lord Krishna is talking to Muchakunda? Muchakunda realizes that this is the Lord, and he circumambulates the Lord 3 times, and then he just steps out of the cave. When he steps out of the cave, he sees the entire place has become like miniature. So let's see what are his reactions. So Krishna and Balaram here, we will first see how they have their heroic actions are being reflected. That is, both their divinity is being reflected, as well as some little bit a human behavior also has been resonating. So we have to see that. Then second, we see how Rukmini's brother, who is Rukmi, how she is going against her envious brother's plan to marry her to Shishupal, and how Rukmini is quickly sending one very trustworthy Brahmana with her letter to Krishna. Then, after which we will also see Vishwanath Chakravarti's Thakur's philosophical comments on Rukmini Devi's letter to Krishna, and that we must fully grasp. And this we will see how free will acts versus destiny. So we will see how the whole thing begins. We are going to talk now about, about how Krishna and Balaram's divinity, how is it commingling with their act of human behavior. That means one side they are divine, and on the other side they are also acting humanly. So how this is possible? We'll see this now. So first thing, how, as I said, Muchakunda is going to see how from his yuga, Satya Yuga, it has now transited into Kali Yuga. So such a long duration of time, Muchakunda is, Kali Yuga is coming into, of course, when Krishna is there, it's still Dwapara. But Muchakunda is seeing this whole thing, how he's the descendant of Ikshvaku, that means he's from the Sun dynasty, and he has shown mercy by Krishna, and after he's offered obeisances to Krishna and is circumambulating him 3 times, and after that, when Muchakunda left the cave, he saw that Kali Yuga is going to arrive soon. Because as we know, Krishna's pastimes are towards the end of Dwapara and the beginning of Kali Yuga. So already Muchukunda is saying human beings, trees, animals, plants, all were so small. And then when he had fallen asleep, because he is from such a previous yuga, millions of years ago, so he's a huge personality. And then in this mood of detachment, now he is detached. How can he fit into this? He cannot fit into this Kali Yuga atmosphere. So he's a completely in a detached mood. Now he is going to move away from there, and then he's going to go to the north, and walking, he reaches the Gandhamadana mountains. Gandhamadana, Gandha means aroma, beautiful fragrance, and then Madana means which maddens you because it is so makes you feel joyful, makes you feel happy. So that means this mountain was full of flowering trees and fruit trees and wonderful fragrances coming out from all. This is nothing but Badrikashrama, where Naranaran Rishi are doing their tapasya. So there Muchukunda reaches in the mood of detachment, and then he starts worshipping Lord Hari, that is Krishna. So this is the background. Now Krishna has finished with dealing with Kalayavana. Kalayavana has been burnt to ashes, and Krishna now is returned back to Mathura. So when he returns to the battlefield, what happens? Now, Krishna's ability to become invisible demonstrates his omniscience and omnipotence, allowing him to evade his enemies effortlessly. So what happened? Immediately, Krishna is totally omniscient and he's omnipotent also. So when he disappeared from the army and he started running away and Kalyavana was chasing him, so the army was confused now. There's no leader on either side. So they were waiting for the leaders to come back. So this action also conveys a human-like fear. Manusya cheshtam apannau. That means in the face of danger, sometimes human beings try to run away, isn't it? So his human-like quality was also seen in at this time. And he is also showing his divine qualities and human-like qualities. Divine qualities, Kalayavana could not recognize his divine qualities. He thought he was a ordinary person and he tried to follow him. But could he reach him? Could he even touch him? That was not possible. Then Jarasandha was unaware of Krishna and Balaram's divinity. On the other side, Jarasandha is also attacking. You see Kalayavana attacking from one side, Jarasandha is attacking from the other side. So both of them could not understand Krishna's divinity and Balaram's divinity. So apramanavit, so he foolishly pursued them. So now what happened? There is something has happened here. What has happened? When Krishna returned back to Mathura, to his battlefield, he and his Narani Sena, they destroyed because now Kalyavana is no more there. So without the leader, the whole Sena of the Kalyavana's army was very like leaderless, like, clueless what to do. And immediately Krishna and all his Sena, one Aksharin, that is Narani Sena, destroys them, and they start to take away all their ornaments and all that. You know what happens after they win the war. Then they take away all their ornaments and their helmets and whatever they were wearing, with very precious things. They would take that and load on the carts and take them to Dwarka. And at the same time, they knew Jarasandha is going to attack from the other side. So now the Lord is again showing his omniscience and omnipotence. Now in this way, what is he showing? He is showing that Jarasandha, you are trying to attack me, but I have got some very, very important matter to attend. So he is omniscient. He knows that one Brahmana is coming with his first love letter. It's coming from all the way from Maharashtra. Where's that? Vidarbha. He's coming all the way, and he's coming today is going to arrive in Dwarka. I have to be there. And if I start fighting with this silly Jarasandha who I have defeated 17 times, what is the use? I'm going to waste my time. I don't want to waste my time. He's omniscient and he's also omnipotent. And then he's also showing his human nature, showing that let me run away from here. He's also showing his renunciation. Now we'll see how is that. So he's going to run away from the battlefield. Run away from the battlefield, not in fear, but looks like that. So their apparent fleeing in fear, Krishna got the name Ranachod. So when anybody flees from the battlefield and if he's called Ranachod, then what is it? It's very much deplorable for that person, and it's like a kalank on his name. But here Krishna got this name Ranachod, and people are glorifying him even till today. In Gujarat, you see, there is a temple of Ranchod Raji where they all say, what do they say in Gujarat, if anybody knows? Dakod ma kon che, Rana Ranchod che. So Krishna is like Rana Ranchod now. He's you can say, he's run away from the battlefield, but he's being glorified. Till today, how many years? But still, till today, people are glorifying him for this beautiful act of his, that he is running away from the battlefield. And then there's a deeper purpose. What is the deeper purpose? Is revealing his complexity of his divine pastime as an ordinary human act. So it's a Leela. Krishna is performing a Leela. Looks like an ordinary human act, but it's a divine pastime where Krishna is going to attend to a very personal matter, a very urgent matter. So Jarasandha was thinking, he started laughing. And Krishna also showed here his complete renunciation. So he was not bothered that, I'm renouncing my name and fame and glory. I'm renouncing all this wealth which I put on these oxen carts, which I'm going to send to Dwarka. I'm renouncing everything. I don't need anything. And in this way, the Lord is showing his opulence of renunciation. And Jarasandha was not aware of any of these things. So he thought this fellow is running away. And finally, he thought, I can now catch him and kill him. And in this way, he starts following Krishna. So foolishly, they pursued him. And the two lords, Krishna, Balaram, they were running away. After running for a long time, they got tired. And what do you do when you get tired? When we get tired, we sleep or rest. When Krishna and Balaram got tired, what did they do? They climbed a mountain. They climbed a mountain which was 88 miles high. Okay, they climbed to the top of the mountains. And here was Jarasandha's army huffing and puffing. They also climbing the mountain. And then finally they reached the top. And almost at the top, the mountain was very, very dense with all the trees. And then they couldn't find Krishna Balaram. No matter how much they tried to search for them, they couldn't find him. This is another omniscience and omnipotence of the Lord, that he can disappear, he can be invisible. So immediately the Jarasandha and sort of a plan, he thought, okay, I'll surround the mountain and I will put it ablaze, so the mountain top will burn all the trees, everything will burn, and in that these two boys also, they will be burnt. So because Jarasandha lit the fire, they decided to jump off. And how did they jump? They jumped off 88 miles. And not only did they jump directly, they jumped very far away from where his army was. Can you imagine? Far away from Jarasandha's army, which is a huge army. He had 23 Akshayonis. How was that? 23 Akshayoni soldiers he had. And that means they must be covering the entire place over there. And they jumped 88 miles far away from this 23 Akshayonis. So who can do that? So they landed at a distant place, and from there they could quietly walk to Dwarka. So they were beyond the location of this Jarasandha's demons troops. So Jarasandha thought that if a normal person, because he was showing an ordinary human act. So Jarasandha mistakenly thought that, okay, Krishna Balaram had been burned to death, and thus he withdrew all his vast army and he went back to his Magadha, went back to his kingdom. But Krishna Balaram, they had safely escaped to Dwarka after jumping. So now we see what is the philosophical understanding where Krishna's ability to become invisible is exemplifying his omnipotence, right? And allowing him to evade his enemies effortlessly while also displaying human-like fear in the face of danger. So when danger comes, we humans, we feel afraid and we try to run away or defend. So he's showing this human-like fear, but also his omnipotence. This duality is a hallmark of Krishna's character, where he embodies both divine and human qualities. So the act of running away, fleeing away, although seems like a display of fear, right? But it serves a greater purpose. That is, it is illustrating what there is a complexity of his Leela Shakti. So his Leela Shakti is now making him do all these things, and the lessons are intertwined. Now we have to see what are these lessons which are intertwined in this Leela of the Lord. Now on the other side, in Maharashtra, there is a place called Vidarbha, and in Vidarbha there is a king called Bhishmaka. So what is happening over there? So what is Rukmini trying to do? Rukmini is the son of King Bhishmaka, and he's a powerful ruler of Vidarbha. He has 5 sons and 1 daughter. Rukmaratha, Rukmabahu, Rukmakesha, Rukmamali. These are, and Rukmi. Rukmi was the firstborn. He was the eldest, and he was almost dominating there. Even his father was listening to him. So their sister was who exalted Rukmini. So although Bhishmaka wanted his daughter to marry Krishna, but he was helpless because his son, Rukmi, that eldest envious son, he wanted Rukmini to marry Shishupal. Shishupal was his Rukmi's friend. He wanted to do that. And this conflict of this family dynamics happens, right? And then Rukmi's determination is, I am going to control my sister's destiny. So he's the one. He's thinking like that. So now we are going to talk about, second point is about Rukmini's Purva Raga. So, and what is that proactive step she took? Rukmini was a very intelligent princess. So she was admired for her unparalleled beauty and character. And what she desired to marry Krishna only. And how? Because there were so many visitors coming to the palace, and they would all talk about Krishna's beauty and Krishna's valor. And the same way, Krishna also had heard about all her qualities, and Krishna also wanted to marry her. So now Rukmini had decided that I am going to marry Krishna only and no one else. This also was, Narad Muni also was one of the visitors who was very much instrumental in this marriage. Because of her brother's opposition, and she saw that her father looked very helpless, that he didn't have any clue what to do. And Rukmini, she is taking now the initiative. So she's saying, okay, my father is helpless, my brother is opposing, but I will take an initiative. And I will secretly send one Brahmana, trusted Brahmana, and call Krishna, summon him. And in her desperation, Rukmini now is pleading to Krishna to kidnap her, marry her in the Rakshasa style. And this action is setting the stage for Krishna's, now he's going to eventually intervene, and the highlights of the theme of love and destiny in the face of utter opposition. So there's very strong opposition, but how the love and the destiny, they play a part. So we take a short break here. If anyone wants to say something, or should we continue? You can let me know.
Maybe let's
click that update now.
Pardon me?
Click that update now on this slide. The timer will start.
I didn't clearly hear you, Prabhu. Sorry.
What I'm saying.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
See on this slide, break time. You see
Yes.
there's the update now.
Update now. Okay. Okay.
click that.
Okay.
The timer will start. It says start now. Push
Okay,
start.
start. Okay.
Anybody want to ask questions?
It's a very exciting.
Yes, Mother, it's
Mataji
very
is a very
exciting.
interesting. Mataji is a very interesting way of narrating the story. You know that,
Yes,
as if you're really witnessing right there. That's what I liked her about that.
yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
See, pretty stunned by the story.
Oh, shall I continue, Prabhu?
Yeah, continue. You can move to the next slide.
So we will see about a philosophical understanding, and here.
Okay, let me say a couple of things here. Okay,
Okay.
we are starting Dwarka Lila now, so I'm sort of again experimenting with different style. You know, now by this time I'm assuming almost every one of you know the story, right? You know the Leela and everything you know about it.
Yes.
But we are going to learn the deep philosophy behind that. So I'll briefly say what's going on, the Leela, that you're already aware of it, description of that, and then you pay really deep attention for the hidden meaning, philosophy from the based on our Acharya, especially Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And that's what Mataji is going to do, that spend more time on that. So even though purposefully I kept the slide few, but the main thrust is right there, the philosophy. So pay attention to that, and then we are going to discuss at much greater length the philosophy when we do the recapping, okay? But today Mataji is going to share the what we are learning from Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's revelation of that philosophy.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, a little philosophical understanding. Prabhu, do I have some time to discuss the letter, Prabhu, before I start the philosophy?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. So, I'm going to just
The
discuss.
letter has a lot of things to discuss about that too. And
Yes.
that's where the philosophy is also there.
Yes. So let me just discuss the letter according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura. So how Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura is setting the scene with the comments of Sridhar Swami also. So together this is mentioned in the Sarartha Darshini. So I would like to share this very, very interesting conversation, like kind of a conversation is happening between Krishna and Rukmini. So although there's no conversation happening, we know that Krishna is in Dwarka, which is Gujarat, and Rukmini is in Maharashtra, and in those days Vidarbha, and those days there was no WhatsApp or any kind of phones or whatever that we can talk to each other. But even though the acharyas, they come up with this.
Let me stop you here. Actually, there is no conversation. But what Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti does is that the letter she wrote that clearly involves a lot of deep thought, and she's very intelligent, you know. So she has written letter and already anticipating Krishna's objection, whatever it might be. In that regard, that letter is written there. That if I say something like that, first of all, she's kind of unlikely a woman will take initiative like that, right? Shyness and everything. She forgoes everything because of the question of urgency. Urgency was coming right there, you know. So she was helpless. So she has written a letter like that, and she's explaining something, and then Krishna might object that you are a woman, and how can you shamelessly say that you want to marry me and things like that. So in that regard, she anticipates that and already taken precautions, and she answers those things. So this kind of conversation that seemingly, even though it's not taking place, it is given in that context actually. And Krishna understood all things. And remember, in that picture is deceiving. Krishna does not read the letter actually. Krishna had the Brahmana himself read the letter for him.
Yeah, I was coming to that. Okay.
Go ahead, Mataji, now.
So normally, when somebody writes you a private letter, definitely you will not ask someone else to read it. But in Krishna's case, there is no secrecy. So when he saw the Brahmana bring the letter, Krishna told the Brahmana, you read the letter, although it was a personal and a private letter, but he had no secrecy, and he asked the Brahmana to read it. So now the Brahmana is reading out the letter, and now Rukmini is thinking what Krishna will say if I write such a letter. So thinking like that, if let's say what Krishna is saying, now the conversation is like this. Krishna says, but how can I accept you, a king's daughter, whom I've never seen or heard about? I've not seen you, I've not heard about you. And you are shamelessly writing a letter to me, and as I'm a bridegroom, and with an intention of having me to marry you. How can I even marry you if I think of accepting you like this? If Krishna says this, then Rukmini is answering, yes, it is true, you can say that, but I will express the feelings of my heart. After you have heard this, you may accept me or neglect me, or favor me or reject me, whatever, it is up to you. But I am depending on whether I obtain you or not, it will matter that whether I will live or not. I will live happily ever after, or I may die this very day or next. So, in my condition, there is no question of fear, no question of shame, because I am totally surrendered. Therefore, now I am going to speak, and this is how Rukmini is going to address. So, this is the background of this letter, what Rukmini is writing. And in the beginning, she's just glorifying Krishna as the word she uses is Bhuvana Sundara. Bhuvana Sundara means you are the most beautiful in all the three worlds. There's no one as beautiful as you. Has Rukmini seen him? Has Rukmini ever seen Krishna? She has not. She has not. She has only heard about him. But just by hearing, she has developed this trust, this very great faith in Krishna, and knows everything about Krishna, every detail about Krishna. So she says, oh Achyuta, you are hearing about your beauty and your qualities. My mind has lost all shame. So I have become completely attached to you. Now, your beauty and your qualities. What are the two things? Beauty and qualities. So not just the beauty, because normally we fall for externals. We fall for only the beauty of a person. But here, Rukmini is saying, no, I'm also falling for your qualities. And my mind is becoming shameless now. And my 2 ears, which are the ones, which are the cause of it, because through them only I've heard about all your glories. So both, actually, you are also at fault and I'm also at fault. Because you are so beautiful, you have all the qualities. What can I do? I'm not at fault. And then because I've heard all your glories and everything from my ears, so you are also not at fault. So therefore, you cannot criticize me and I cannot criticize you. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is beautifully saying this. So that is how Rukmini is starting. And the word Achyuta, she is using the word, is infallible. Oh, Achyuta, my mind is now becoming shameless and has approached you. But you are unmoved. You are Achyuta. You cannot become fallen like me. But I am a fallen person. But now I have no idea what you want to do with me. So now she's imagining that Krishna may respond that there are other men also who are so attractive and they have so many qualities. So why do you want to find fault with them and you thinking that I'm the one? Then Rukmini is saying, please don't speak like this. she's writing in the letter, please don't speak like this. She is mentioning that Krishna has got unique qualities. So they have entered my years. When these qualities enter the years of young women, these wonderful qualities are destroying all their pains. So that is not possible for anybody else's qualities to destroy the pains of subtle and gross bodies. Is it possible? No. So tell me, what other man can have qualities like you? Sure, she is asking. Then Rukmini is characterized Krishna's beauty. How? Your form is more sweet, more attractive than the best of the object for people who are observant. So there is an assortment of colors. He's saying blue like sapphires, or the blue lotuses, yellow like gold ornaments, and the red kunkuma like rubies and banduli flowers. So you have your complexion is also assorted with so many colors, so beautiful. And then like white moonshine, moonstone, and the moon are your nails. So what other man can possess such exquisite beauty in the limbs, in the tongue, in the lips, in the nails, and the other bodily parts? So beautiful you are. Therefore, Rukmini is addressing Krishna appropriately. Bhuvana Sundara. Oh, beauty of the world. You are the most attractive and the handsome person in all the material and spiritual world. So when we address a letter, we will start, my dear so and so. So like that, Rukmini Devi, she writes, Bhuvana Sundara, you are so beautiful. So that is the first quality which attracted her. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that Krishna says, okay, granted, I may be the most incomparable man in the universe, but are you the only girl in the whole universe with eyes and ears? I do not see any other maidens with such shamelessness. Nobody has approached me like this. So to this, Rukmini will respond, oh Mukunda, your face, your mukhe, your face is beaming with smile like jasmine flowers, like kundavat. Mukha kunda means, mukha means face, is beaming with kundavat, that means flowers, jasmine flowers. So your smile looks like jasmine flowers are falling. And the word Mukunda implies also the idea, you have given me an opportunity to smile also. So you are smiling and I am smiling. So what intelligent and sober girl endowed with beauty and good qualities, coming from a respectable family, would not choose you as her husband? She must be a foolish woman if she does that. So this is implying that only an ugly, ill-natured, unintelligent woman of bad lineage, only who has not heard of you, she will not choose you. Otherwise, everybody will choose you only because you're the best. So those with good qualities accept you, who are incomparable in attributes, beauty, knowledge, wealth, power. And there's so many young marriageable women like me who will accept you when their time comes. But now it is my time. So she's saying, oh lion among men, oh Narasimha, oh you are uncontrollable as a lion, but I have no desire to control you. You are incomparable beauty and qualities play in the minds of all humans. So what is the fault if you reside also in my heart? So you are residing in everyone's heart. So if you are residing in my heart, what is the problem? So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, that Rukmini is saying that since I'm so attracted to you, I therefore have chosen you as my husband, and it is not just now, but from the beginning I've selected only you. Both my body, my soul, everything I've offered you at your lotus feet. So I have sent this letter to inform you of my mental state. And if you accept me, I will maintain my life. And if you reject me, I will burn myself up. I will not give myself to anyone else, even if Brahma himself comes here and he commands me, okay, no, you have to marry Shishupal. No, I will not do that. Okay, then Krishna is saying, okay, but this offering of yourself to me is not unmotivated. Like King Bali Maharaj, he is offering himself, his whole body to Krishna. That is unmotivated. But you have an ulterior motive. So Rukmini says, yeah, I do have an ulterior motive. I want to become your wife. True, my offering to you is not like the surrender of Bali Maharaj, which was Nirbhava, that means without any intense love. He didn't have an intense love that I'm having towards you. He just surrendered unto you because you are Vishnu and he is a devotee. His business is to surrender. And he had heard from his guru that surrender is the most important thing. So he surrendered. But me, I have intense love for you. Please accept me as your wife. Just as when a person, he gives food to someone else and says, you should eat this. Okay. Such a natural self-offering is understood to be superior to the non-motivated offering. Isn't it? This is motivated, yes, but it is full of love. Love is the motivation behind it because it's affected by real love. And you should quickly send back the Brahmana with a reply so that I know whether you accept me or not. So please hurry up. There is no time, absolutely. Tomorrow is the Shishupal is going to come. So before that, you have to come. Shishupal should not take away the share which is meant for you. So suddenly, if Shishupal comes and touches me, then how will I attain you? Then I will destroy myself. I will destroy this body and burn it to ashes. So now my fear is that you will, if that happens, then you will lose your prestige. If Shishupal comes and takes your share, it's like a jackal stealing from a lion. So you will be his impudence towards you will be broadcast everywhere. Everyone will know, and then you will be totally destroyed. I will be totally gone. I will burn myself. So she is calling him Ambujaksha. Ambujaksha means lotus-eyed one. So at this time, even though my body is on fire, I will not experience any pain. Why? Because I will be meditating on your lotus eyes. So beautiful, isn't it? So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, Rukmini said that it's very difficult to attain a person like you. Okay, you cannot be obtained simply by good acts of one birth. That means I did punya, I did. No, therefore I have performed pious activities in the previous lives, whether with a desire to attain you, without a desire to attain you, whatever. But let the results of whatever I have done come now in the form of attaining you. Let everything help me to attain you. This is my only prayers. If I have worshipped the Lord profusely, if I have done something like digging wells, sacrifices, giving in charity, dana, whatever, I have done any regulative principles, I have bathed in holy places, I have observed vows like Ekadashi, like today we are all observing, and by worshipping the demigods or gurus or brahmanas or whatever, whichever corollaries, whichever, or to worship of Krishna, whichever I have done, may all come now. And now let me become eligible to marry you. So no one else should come, not even Narayana, not even demigods, not even human beings should come here. Only I have to only marry you. That son of Damagosh, that is Shishupal, is indicated in Rukmini's writing as a first of the others, is because her marriage to him is imminent. So she is saying others should not come in the way. So others should not come in the way means first that fellow should not come in the way. So Vishwanath Chakravarti is saying, yes, I accept you according to your past pious actions, but what can I do now that you have been given to Shishupal in marriage? So Krishna is asking, what can I do now? You have already been trusted to him, entrusted to him for marriage. What can I do? In response to this, Rukmini is saying, oh Ajita, oh Krishna, you are unconquerable. Nobody can defeat you. So she is calling him different names at different times. You should see that, the importance of this. And at the upcoming wedding, what you should do, she is telling, you should first enter the city unseen without your troops. Don't come with your troops, so everybody will understand why you are coming here. So once you have entered, you should surround yourself with your military commanders to show your strength. But if you don't do this, then it will be difficult to enter this city quickly. And for the troops and all, if you escort all your troops and come, then outside the city already there will be a fight starting. So after entering the city, however, you can say that you have just come to see the splendor of the marriage ceremony. That's all. And then the army will have no reason to fight with you. And then you can whisk me away at your leisure. So you can take me away. And then if they suspect an undesirable turn of events and they start fighting with you, then what you should do? You should show your heroism. and then you should start fighting, and you should just as you fought for Lakshmi from the Amrit Manthan, when Lakshmi ji came and everybody was trying to fight for, then you destroyed everybody and you took away Lakshmi Devi forcefully, like that you forcefully kidnapped me, and that will be the reward for your show of your strength, that you will attain me. So we're almost coming to the end. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, then Krishna is saying that Krishna said, "Oh princess, you may say that, but how can you get my mercy without having performed pious acts? So you have not performed any pious acts in the past, then how can you attain me?" He is asking. Krishna is asking. So then what she is saying that she's replying very beautifully that, oh Lord, great devotees like Lord Shiva also desire to bathe in the dust of your lotus feet. So that's a very beautiful verse, starting with Yasyangri Pankaja Rajas Napanam Mahanto. So she's telling even the great devotees, they like to bathe in your dust of your lotus feet. Then how I will also destroy my contamination by bathing in the dust of your lotus feet, which I will attain by austerities. If I don't attain you in this lifetime, I will give up my life again and again and again, birth after birth, hundreds of births, and at least in one lifetime, I will attain you. So this is her strong faith, and this is called Ananya Shraddha, Ananya Sharanagati. This is Krishna, only you, no one other than you. We have to have this Ananya Sharanagati. If we don't have this, then we cannot consider ourselves eligible to do pure devotional service. So this is what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, that now the Brahmana is telling, oh Lord, this is the message which is sent to you by Rukmini, and please, once you've heard this, quickly, you must act upon it, and otherwise it's going to be a disaster. So immediately, Anantaram, Anantaram is without any delay, quickly do the needful. So this was the letter which Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is analyzing, which I wanted to share with you all. So beautiful. Now we will come back to the presentation of philosophical understanding. So now before
you go, who was Rukmini?
Yeah, Lakshmi Devi. So we will come to that, how she is a part and parcel of Lakshmi Devi. I think it's in the slides, Prabhu.
Yeah, slides is there coming there. Since you took that, that's the reason I asked a question. She is the eternal consort of Lord Vishnu, right? Where did she appear from? Samudra Manthana, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Churning of the White Ocean.
Yes, Milk
she
Ocean.
Came up and Lord Vishnu accepted her. Yeah, continue, go ahead.
Yes. So now here, before this, there was a little mention of Balaramji's marriage to Revati. Earlier also there was a mention in the Srimad Bhagavatam about in the 9th canto about Balaramji's wedding to Revati Devi. And here also there is a slight mention of Balaram's marriage to Revati Devi, serving as a prelude to Krishna's union with Rukmini Devi. So highlighting the importance of divine relationships in this narrative, Rukmini Devi, who is none other than Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, and she is also come from, as I just now spoke about how Rukmini Devi is writing in a letter about Amrita Manthan. She's coming from the ocean when the milk ocean was being churned by the demigods and the demons alike, and then Lakshmi Devi emerges from the ocean, and then she is being accepted by Krishna, by Vishnu. So she is also the goddess of fortune, embodies both beauty and spiritual significance. So she is the fitting consort for Krishna, who is Swayam Bhagavan, isn't it? Because she is the Lakshmi Devi, or the internal energy of the Lord. So what is the concept of Rakshas marriage? This Rakshasa marriage is characterized by forceful abduction of the bride. So we've seen that happened also when Samba.
Here one has to remember forceful abduction, but it is by the desire of Rukmini Devi herself. She pleaded him to kidnap her and then marry her later. And then there is a reason for that. She said that and she was very intelligent. She actually suggested what is the strategy behind that. She did not want unnecessary bloodshed from her in her family. You know.
Yes. So that is also one thing that she is writing in the letter. You should quietly come and you should. But Krishna says, "Oh, if I come, then all your family members will be in trouble because you will be right inside the Antapura. You are a princess." Then she immediately suggests, "No, I have a plan. The bride, before she gets married, she is supposed to go and worship Uma Devi, and that temple is outside, and then when I go there with all my sakhis, then you should come at that time and kidnap me so that there's no bloodshed." So, and what is Rakshasa marriage? As I was saying, that it is characterized by forceful abduction. Even Samba, Krishna's son, had done this with Lakshmana. He had forcefully abducted her from the Swayamvara. So like that, we see forceful abduction is also there with consent, without consent. Here it's with consent, Rukmini Devi, and then Subhadra, Arjuna has kidnapped her also with consent. So like that, there is with consent and without consent. And this underscores the dramatic tension in the narrative as Krishna must confront Rukmi, who opposes the union due to his own ambitions. So Rukmi has very ambitious because he wants Damaghosh's dynasty to mix with his uh, dynasty. So Rukmi's attempt to marry Rukmini to Shishupal reveals the conflicting desires within the family and the lengths to which he is willing to go to assert his will. So he can go to any length. So he is sacrificing Rukmini, although he knows Rukmini is not at all wanting to marry Shishupal, but he's sacrificing her feelings, her love for Krishna, and because of his ambitions. So Rukmini now, she's a very intelligent princess. She is not a very subdued and some sit down in a corner. She is proactive. She has now taken up a proactive role. She is sending, I have to do something about this. So before I even want to take away my life by jumping into the fire, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best. I'm going to send a Brahmana. I'm going to summon Krishna. So she writes this wonderful letter. So in her determination and devotion, and it signifies that she is recognizing Krishna as a destined partner. So Krishna is only going to be my partner, nobody else. And so embodying this idea that true love transcends familial opposition and societal norms. So true love is transcending all this. So true love is divine love, the love between Krishna and the Jiva or Krishna and Shakti. So this act of agency is pivotal as it sets the stage for dramatic encounter. Now between Krishna and Rukmini, there's going to be drama, ultimately leading to Krishna's intervention and then the fulfillment of Rukmini Devi's heartfelt desire. So now Rukmini's commitment to Krishna, we see how she's so committed, so surrendered. So what is it? It's going to do? It's going to illuminate to us her deep feelings for Krishna and the lengths she is willing to go to secure her union with Krishna. We are going to see that. So first of all, the Brahmana is arriving in Dwarka. Now Krishna is receiving the Brahmana with respect and he is honoring him, first of all, because he is a, Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya. So he brings the Brahmana and Krishna is actually sitting on his throne when the Brahmana enters. Immediately welcomes, gives him a seat, washes his feet, gives him enough food to eat, and then just starts massaging his feet. So despite appearing calm, Krishna is feeling anxious about the marriage. The Brahmana, he's discussing the nature of true satisfaction, stating that a genuine Brahmana finds contentment in simple living, unlike those who are endlessly seeking for enjoyment without fulfillment. So the Brahmana is Alpa Santushti, he is very happy. But then there is something very urgent he has to say. So Rukmini's letter. Now the Brahmana is going to convey Rukmini's heartfelt letter. So when she expresses her love for Krishna, she is admitting that she is shameless of her feelings and attributing her attachment to Krishna's beauty and qualities. The two things, right? We saw just now, Krishna's beauty and his qualities. These two things has attracted her like anything. And although aware that her love makes her vulnerable, she openly declares her desire for him, accepting whatever fates awaits her. So she has made her, well, she has set the ball rolling. She had, from her side, she has made everything. And now she is accepting whatever comes is her fate, as her destiny. But I will work towards it. It's not that I'll sit down, keep quiet, and say that everything is destiny, but I will use my free will, and I will, this is what we have to understand. I will be proactive. Rukmini's persuasive arguments. So she begins by pointing out that any intelligent woman would choose Krishna as a husband, highlighting that his unparalleled beauty and character, and she articulates her deep attraction to him. So she's emphasizing that he's a sole choice for partner in marriage. So once she has made up her mind, this is going to be my husband. That's it. She is not going to move an inch, budge an inch, and say that no, I will rather accept someone else. She will say that I will rather die than accept someone else. Then desperation and commitment. Rukmini conveys that her life depends on Krishna's acceptance of her. So now she's telling him this point blank, that this is what is going to happen. Either you marry me or I die. She states that she would rather die than be given to anyone else, including Shishupal, and this confession reveals her desperation and profound devotion. So she is desperate and she is profoundly devoted to Krishna. Her heart is totally belonging to the Lord. She cannot think of anyone else other than Krishna. So now Rukmini is reflecting on her pious acts. Whether have I done any pious deeds, hoping that in a previous life, sometime she would have done some pious acts that may grant her the chance to marry Krishna. So she's expressing her unwavering commitment to him and saying that no one, especially the powerful deities, no one should interfere with their union. She's asking that. Then she desires this. No one should interfere with her union with Krishna. So we all devotees should remember that we should have Ananya like this. We should have Ananya means there should be no other person than Krishna. I am 100% devoted to Krishna. I don't want anyone else. No one else. No one else holds that kind of a position. Like this we should have. Surrender to Krishna in that way, that I have no one else, Krishna. I have no one else other than you. So Krishna's strategy is, Rukmini proposes a clever plan for Krishna to enter the city unnoticed, disrupt the marriage ceremony without harming her family, and take her away. And her intelligence is shining because she is suggesting a strategy that enables her abduction while minimizing conflict. This is also always been Krishna's desire. He doesn't like to have a fight unnecessarily. That's why he even willingly became the messenger in the Mahabharata war. He came all the way to become a messenger and come and say that you just give 5 villages to the Pandavas, 5 villages. So this way, Krishna doesn't like really to have a war, but if there is necessity, Krishna will definitely help the devotees. So Rukmini Devi is saying that she has a wonderful strategy. So what is her resolve? Rukmini Devi, sorry, please. Rukmini Devi is emphasizing her determination to be with Krishna. She is declaring her willingness to undergo austerities and penances in future lives. I will undergo this life, never mind, I don't get you. Next life, I will again do austerities and penances. If I don't get you, again I will be reborn. Again I will do austerities and penances. So she is showing her that understanding of the divine and expressing what a desire to purify herself through devotion. So that is wanted. We must try to purify ourselves. Upon witnessing this exchange, the Brahmana is assuring Krishna of Rukmini's sincerity and is advising him to take immediate action. Come on, Krishna, you have to act immediately. This passage encapsulates the themes of love, devotion, fate, and it's showcasing Rukmini's strength and determination to be with Krishna against all odds. So if we strongly believe that we are on the side of the truth, we are on the side of dharma, we are unalloyed love for Krishna, then we can successfully defy with our free will. What we can defy? We can defy overwhelming odds that are coming against him in form of destiny. So we say, oh, this is destiny. So no, we just cannot sit quiet. We have to use our free will, and with all our, if we are on the side of truth, of course, truth, dharma, and unalloyed love for Krishna, then we can successfully defy our destiny. Thereby, we can invoke the grace of Krishna, and the devotee is in a win-win situation when whether he swims, also he wins. He wins Krishna, and whether he sings, also he wins, because it is for the cause of her or his beloved Krishna. So we look into the philosophical comments. We dive into that so deeply on Rukmini's letter to Krishna. So what are the philosophical destiny versus free will? Now, just now, what did we see? We saw that Rukmini's situation is a prime example of there's a tension between fate and free will, destiny, free will. So what is that? Then, despite the societal expectations, familial constraints, they are dictating her destiny. Brother is against her. Father is incapable to help her. Rukmini is taking everything in her hands, and she is actively asserting her will by choosing Krishna over Shishupal. And this highlights the philosophical inquiry into how much control individuals have over their fates. It suggests that while worldly conditions may be predetermined, personal choices of love and devotion can create an alternate path. So if we are very strong in our faith, if we are very strong and determined that I will, then even nobody can come in the way, not even your destiny. The nature of true love. Rukmini's deep attachment to Krishna demonstrates an understanding of love that transcends superficial attraction. So normally, how are we attracted? We first of all are attracted by externals. That means a person looks good, he looks beautiful, or she looks beautiful, and we are attracted to their bodies. We don't even know who that person is, whether I will be able to survive with this person throughout my life or not. I don't even think about that. Have I made any inquiries? What is this character of this person? Have I made any? No, that's the moment we see some man or a woman. Woman sees a man sees a woman, and looks attractive, immediately gets attracted, because we see only but not Rukmini. She has really heard about Krishna's not only beauty, but also his qualities, which is so important. She articulates that her love is based not only on Krishna's external beauty, but also on his divine qualities and the essence of his being. So philosophically, this dwells into love as an entity that seeks union with the divine. So stressing that true love involves recognizing the deeper realities beyond the physical realm. So it is not only the beauty which is attracting her to Krishna, but also his divine qualities. And this is what we should always aim for. Aim for Krishna's lotus feet, aim for his beauty, aim for his qualities, because Krishna is the most qualified. Devotion and surrender. Rukmini's willingness to undergo penances and austerities in other lives to secure her union with Krishna reflects philosophical principle of bhakti. So even when we are doing a devotional service, as we say, so we should also think that, okay, in this life, if I am unable to make it Krishna, next life I will try my best. I will try my best to again become your servant, become and do bhakti. This path emphasizes surrendering one's will to a higher power. So I am doing my best, but also I am surrendering to your will. You want to take me back to Godhead this lifetime? Please, I'm begging you. But if not, if I'm not qualified, I will try again in my next life. Suggesting that true devotion requires vulnerability and strength. Rukmini's acceptance of whatever fate might come her way indicates a profound trust in the divine order, underpinning the idea that surrender leads to liberation and spiritual fulfillment. So surrender is the most important thing. It will definitely lead to liberation. It will definitely give us spiritual fulfillment. So what we must digest is this understanding, especially Rukmini's determination to defy her brother Rukmi's devious plans. Her father, Bhishmaka Vidarbha, he was helpless. So, to forcibly marry her to Shishupal, both he and Rukmi are envious of Krishna. Shishupal and Rukmi are envious of Krishna. So, with this kind of love for the Lord and one's rock solid resolve against overwhelming odds to serve him, ultimately wins his grace. So, finally, how do we win Krishna's grace? Rock solid resolve should be there, that I will stand against overwhelming odds and I will serve only Krishna and no one else. Then sacrifice and commitment. Rukmini's declaration that she would rather die than belong to anyone else signifies what? Her extent of her devotion. This notion, this idea is what is posing a philosophical questions about nature of sacrifice and love. So what does it mean that because I love somebody that I must give up my life? It raises the idea that love may demand significant personal sacrifice, illuminating how love can drive individuals to make profound commitments, often at the cost of personal interest or societal approval. So, whether society approves or not, whether parents approve or not, whether everyone says yes or not, we don't care about that. We are even ready to give our lives in sacrifice because we only want Krishna. We don't want anyone else. So we only want to serve Krishna. People are saying, don't serve Krishna, serve Maya. We are not bothered. We don't want. We can even give up our lives for Krishna. Moral and ethical dimensions. Rukmini's decision to pursue Krishna can also be viewed through an ethical lens. Her determination challenges traditional norms, raising questions about how one should act in the face of societal and familial expectations. This every young girl faces this. I mean, almost all, because they have this traditional norms guiding them, and even not girls, even the boys also face it when they're trying to come to Krishna consciousness. Hey, you're putting a shikha. What is this? What is on the back of your head? What is this on your forehead? Tilak? What? Everyone will make all kinds of comments. Philosophically, this encourages a discussion on the rightness of the pursuing one's desire in alignment with personal truth. So, are we strong enough? Are we strong enough to pursue our desires? Suggesting that ethical considerations are often complex and layered. They are very complex and they are very layered. So there are so many layers of so many people, so many expectations. Family says, no, if you become a devotee, you will that will come in the way of your, we are expecting so much out of you. You must become this, you must become that. And then there are so many layers like that. Friends expect you to chill out with them. Family expects you to perform like this. Then how do you do it? Then the role of divine play or the Leela. So this is the Leela of the Lord. The narrative can also be analyzed through the lens of Krishna's divine play or Leela. How is that? Rukmini's journey intertwines with Krishna's divine purpose, suggesting that individual lives are parts of a larger cosmic drama where love, struggle, and a celestial intervention work together. So actually, our lives, we shouldn't consider our lives are useless, but we should try to connect our lives with the larger cosmic drama. There's a huge drama going on where the entire cosmic world, that is this universe, is at the end of the life is going to go back into Mahavishnu, right? So before that happens, we are trying to come out of this cosmic drama, this love, this struggle, this celestial intervention is working. Celestial intervention means all this, the stars and the planets are also working. Everybody is working towards this struggle, this whole struggle of Maya, trying to keep the jiva away from Krishna, and the jiva is trying to go back to Krishna's, struggling, fighting with Maya. So this is the whole Leela going on. And this concept prompts reflections on how personal experiences contribute a greater narrative and the interplay between individual and the divine. So how we have to be so cautious, so careful, and so like Rukmini Devi is so cautious, so careful, so steadfast, and so devoted, and so strong. Like this, every jiva should try to be like that so that we can come out of this, this whole contraptions of Maya and go back home, back to Godhead. So empowerment through love. True strength lies in the following one's heart. Eventually, it wins the Lord's grace through Srimati Radharani's recommendation on behalf of the devotee. So finally, we have one side, we are trying our best. Another side, just like Rukmini Devi is praying to, begging Krishna, we should also beg Srimati Radharani because she is the one who will recommend on our behalf. And her recommendation, immediately Krishna takes it very seriously and she will definitely grace us. So the philosophical exploration here emphasizes that love can be a source of empowerment, enabling individuals to confront challenges and opposing prevailing norms in pursuing personal truth. So we cannot just think that love of God, we are here talking about love of God, love of Krishna. So love of Krishna, we are on one side, it's not dry, it's not just dry philosophy. We are talking about love. It is a source of empowerment. It is going to enable us to confront all kinds of challenges, oppositions, all prevailing where in this material world, thrown to us by Maya. And by contemplating on these philosophical reflections, what we gain? We gain is deeper understanding of Rukmini's commitment to Krishna. So we have to be like that, committed to Krishna. Krishna, you, otherwise death. I don't want anyone in between us. Her story illuminates timeless themes related to love. Of course, when we say between us, in the sense we are not talking about Maya. We are not talking about Guru or Radharani like that. We are talking about anyone between us means anyone between you, we and Krishna should be only the devotees, only Radharani, only Guru, only that, but not Maya. So her story illuminates timeless themes related to love, choice, intertwining of human life with divine will, encouraging us, the readers, to contemplate their experience of love and devotion within the larger framework of existence. So now, what is our existence all about? If we are going to think like that, we have to think of our love and devotion towards Krishna. So are we like this? Are we committed? So we have to contemplate. Are we committed like Rukmini Devi? Are we working? Are we proactive? Are we doing something? Or are we just sitting back and saying, oh, this is my fate and this is my destiny? So no, we have to work hard. We have to show Krishna, like Rukmini Devi is showing in a letter, Krishna, I am your Ananya devotee. I have surrendered to you without, I have no others. I have taken Ananya Sharanagati under you. I have got no one else, only you. Like that, we have to see always. And this is where we stop. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. Jai Shila Prabhupada. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyavcha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Wonderful, Mataji.
Wonderful class,
Excellent.
Mataji. Wonderful. Very
Excellent.
good.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to devotees and the hard work of His Grace, Charu Prabhu.
Oh, Mataji, everybody's grace is there. But you done wonderful. I'm really pleased by your presentation.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful class.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Mataji. The interpretation or learning of Rukmani's letter and the expression you mentioned, that how we can solidify and use our free will, that comparison is amazing. We have free will. Usually, the only thing that remains with me is, okay, I have a free will and I have made a wrong choice. I am here. But now, how can I use this free will in a very strong and solid way as an asset with the determination to serve Krishna or no one else? Matlab, it's like so crystal clear you made it through this slides, Prabhuji and Mataji, through your explanation. It's like amazing. Like it's like all doubts cleared. Like not that I had doubts, I did not even know I had doubt, but it's like very clear now path. Like, okay, here's your free will. Yes, Krishna, nothing else should come in between, and that is the determination in it. So thank you very much.
And this is also teaching us how to win Krishna's grace.
Yes, 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 Prabhu. Yes.
Because Krishna is looking for that kind of determination.
For that determination.
Defy the odds, can do spirit.
Correct.
Can do spirit. That I
Yes.
so many times I emphasize that, right?
Absolutely, Prabhu. Yes.
Don't ask questions why it cannot be done. Why cannot be done? That you should ask. There's so many times. Remember in our that meeting we had, and I suggested something. Practically every one of you said this cannot be done. I have this thing to do. I have that thing to do. I have to make up my sleep and everything. All kind of things that. What did I say that? If you have this can-do spirit, everything is doable, and that's how you win Krishna's grace. When Krishna's grace we attain, nothing is impossible.
Yes.
For this PhD, how many years I've been struggling? Since 2017, and now my PhD is just 2 years away. All coursework, everything is done. So you have to make sacrifice, willingness to make sacrifice, and your goal should be unified. No multi things,
Yes.
In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also says, single pointed, laser focused goal, then nothing is impossible. So that fire in your belly, that should be there.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Wonderful class, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you,
Very
Vansha Mataji.
wonderful.
Vandana Mataji, such a wonderful class.
Thank you, Samta Mataji.
You basically showed us that.
You're not audible, Mataji. Can you just speak louder? Cannot hear you at all.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, better.
Okay, I have to speak a little louder. Okay, so Mataji, you just explained or illustrated how should we through Rukmani Devi is teaching us how should be a call of a devotee.
Yes.
So genuine and so intense. Without that, Lord will not come, right?
Yes, I barely hear you, Mataji. I think something wrong with my speaker, I think.
No, her voice is low.
Okay, now is it clear, Prabhuji?
Yes, now it's clear, Mataji.
Sorry, I think at my end there's a problem. So, Dandavat Pranam Mataji, is such an amazing class.
Yes, thank you.
So, Rukmani Devi is teaching us how should be the call of a devotee.
Yes.
How genuine and how intense should be the call of a devotee.
Yes.
Without that, Lord will not come, right?
Yes. We have to show Krishna. If we love him, then we have to show him. Like anyone else. If we love someone, we have to show, right? Otherwise, how that person will know. I know Krishna is omniscient, but we really have to show Krishna with our, not only just with our devotion, with all our practical devotion, and as well as our emotional devotion. Everything has to be displayed shamelessly.
Yeah. So, Mataji, one of the points in the philosophical, the themes was desire to there has to be a desire. So, but still, like in Kali Yuga, Lord is being very merciful because it is very Maya is very prabal in Kali Yuga. So even if the desire suppose gets lost somewhere, so still will there be the mercy of the Lord, or desire is the predominant, like the most important?
Desire must be alive all the time. When the desire is gone, they're gone. You're gone. Desire has to be there. Look at Rukmini. Look at Radharani. They never
Prabhuji,
lost
but
desire.
we
Look
are
at the
not.
Vraj Gopis. Vraj Gopis.
Yeah, but we are very fallen, Prabhuji. We get lost.
No, that's an excuse.
So actually, Maya is the one who Maya Rachitasya, Maya has created this mind, and this mind has been given to us from the beginning. There's no beginning, so there's no from beginningless. This mind has been given to us, intelligence, false ego, everything has been given to us. So this mind is, what is its duty of the mind? The only duty of the mind is to bewilder us all the time, to make us do things which are unfavorable to Krishna. This is what the mind is trying to do. But what we have to do, we have to train the mind. We have to, when Krishna says we have to train the mind in the Bhagavad Gita, we have to train the mind, and we have to do as we do, because mind is throwing this, they are called as vrittis. Vrittis means something which is thrown at us, which has come to us. Samskaras are the ones which are already in our chittam. Chittam means, this is also when the soul is covered, when the soul, when is Anadi Bahirmukh Jeev. So Anadi Bahirmukh Jeev always is Anadi, and he is Anadi Bahirmukh. He has always been turned away from Krishna. So when he's Anadi Bahirmukh, what happens? The Chittam is covering it. That is a portion of Mahat. You know the Mahat Tattva, right? From the portion of Mahat, one Chittam. And the Chittam is storing all these samskaras in this Chittam. And what is this doing? Always flashing on the mind. This Chittam is flashing these samskaras on the mind. And the mind is now active, and the mind is now, what is doing? It is Rachitasya by Maya. You remember, Maya has given us the mind. All this contraption, all these things which are covering, Maya has given us. And what is the duty of this mind? This mind is only trying to give us unfavorable vrittis. Unfavorable vrittis means, I like this, I like that, I want this, I want that. All these are vrittis. So the senses are showing the mind, okay, this is the one, and the mind is confirming what is it with the intelligence and the chittam, and whatever is stored in the chittam, and then the mind is going to tell us, you do this, you do that. And then we are listening to these vrittis, and we are going away from Krishna. Then what we have to do? Then we have to do devotional service. When we do devotional service, anything, what is the devotional service? Direct devotional service. Direct devotional service is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Swaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Sakyam, Dasyam, Atmanivedanam. When we do all this direct devotional service, Bhakti Vrittis are formed. When Bhakti Vrittis are formed, they will remove this other Vrittis by Maya. Vrittis which are formed, and they will be displaced, and Bhakti Vrittis will come into us. And when Bhakti Vrittis are coming slowly and slowly, this is how the purification will take place. One day, we will automatically, we will start desiring non-stop, 24/7, we want to do Krishna Bhakti, we want to do Krishna Seva. This will happen when our Bhakti Vrittis are increasing. So our thing is, we have to now concentrate on increasing Bhakti Vrittis. And at the same time, we should do Karmarpanam. So when we do Karmarpanam, means whatever we are doing, we should offer mind with body, mind and words. Whatever we are doing with our body, with our mind, with our words, whatever, we have to offer it to Krishna, and we have to say, Krishna, whatever is bad, please excuse me. I am the most fallen. But whatever you think is good, please accept it, because everything is yours. So in this way, when we do one side Karmarpanam and one side Bhakti Vritti will form, and we will start having a strong desire. Like Rukmini Devi had a strongest desire. Just only Krishna, nobody else. I just want him. Otherwise, I will kill myself, I will die, I'll burn myself. I'll, like that strong desire we will have.
Now, how is
Wonderful.
Bhakti rendered? How is Bhakti rendered?
We said, no, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, these are the direct devotional
that-
service.
that
And also
Bhakti-
64 limbs which are given in
Bhakti
the
actually done by our bodily senses in the mind. The mind-body complex, that is the very cause that we fall down, right, from Bhakti. But the same body-mind complex, when we utilize in rendering Bhakti to the Lord, the same mind-body complex will elevate us. So if you want to remove a thorn stuck near the sole of your foot, another thorn is required to extract it out, right? The same body-mind complex which is the very cause of our material existence, the same body-mind complex you utilize in rendering bhakti with strong determination, you achieve your goal. So the desperation need should be there. Very strong need should be there that you want to attain it no matter what. I want to get it. When you have that resolve, unshakable, unwavering resolve, then you get it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So developing of bhaktis, vrittis and karma engaging the senses into the
Dharmarpanam, yes. Yes.
Body-mind
Dharmarpanam.
complex. Body-mind complex of
Mindful.
Dhakarana.
Yes. Engaging all the senses into the service of the Lord.
64 limbs of devotional service also given in Nectar of Devotion. So this direct, they are all direct devotional service. 64 limbs given in the Nectar of Devotion, as well as this Sharanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, that one. All together are direct devotional service. You can engage, and 24 hours, we have, what is our goal? Our goal is 24/7. That means all the time engage either one of your bodily parts, either one of your mind, your eyes, your nose, your speech, your ears, something, one of the organs must be doing devotional service. That is the goal. Not all at one time. Like, for example, maybe I'm doing some karmi work or whatever, but I'm hearing something, or I'm thinking about Krishna, or I'm hearing about Krishna, or I'm seeing a Krishna's picture, like that. Something connected with Krishna, you are doing some devotional service, direct devotional service with one of your organs is fine. You have to do that 24/7. If that you are doing, like that you are doing, then it is defined as pure devotional service. That means you are eligible to do pure devotional service, which Rupa Goswami has mentioned in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Jnana Karmadi Anavritam, that one. Anukulena Krishna Anusevanam. What is the definition meaning? Definition is meaning we have to come out of Jnana Karmadi Anavritam. Yes, but at the time we are not yet come out of Jnana Karmadi Anavritam. But if we are trying to do devotional service yet, you have to do it with either any one of your limb. You do devotional service, but make it sure it is 24/7. There is Anyabhilashita Shunyam, Dhyana Karma, Anyabhilashita Shunyam, all right. Dhyana Karmadi Anavritam, maybe it's not possible at this moment of time because we are still involved in Maya. But we are doing Anushilanam. That Shilanam is, we are doing 24/7. Shilanam is to do work, devotional service. We are doing it 24/7. That is wanted. That is the most important thing which is wanted. Then that is defined as
Shilanam, what includes following under the directions of a Guru Parampara. They are showing the path. You follow in their path.
So that becomes pure devotional service. So that is the aim. That is our aim. Okay. So that is the goal. That is the final goal. Of course, we have not reached it yet. We will eventually reach it. But that is how we practice. Try to do devotional service. Direct devotional service. What is direct devotional service? Already mentioned. Shravanam Kirtanam plus the 64 limbs given in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So if we are doing any of these direct devotional service 24/7, then we should consider ourselves eligible to do pure devotional service. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, everyone. Then who is doing the Namaste Narsimhaya? I think we should conclude here.
Yeah, I can do the Narsimha prayers.
If nobody has any questions.
Mataji,
Sarath Prabhu, yeah.
time is there. I want to say something.
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Mataji, thank you very much for bringing out all the points so nicely, and especially the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and the other acharyas. You have explained so nicely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhupada.
And tomorrow we'll be hearing how Krishna kidnaps Rukmini and that story. But prior to that, I'll tell you something what is given in the Harivamsa Purana and the Mahabharata. This many of you would not have listened so far. Now, before that, let us see what Rukmini writes in that letter. In the very beginning, what she is saying, she is saying Bhuvana Sundara, like that verse was explained very nicely. That means he Rukmini is describing about Krishna, his beauty and his other qualities, which she had heard from various personalities, especially from Narada Muni. Now, this is what she is saying. And what the gopis, Bhava, what the gopis, when they worshipped Katyayani, what they were saying at that time, please remember, this is what is the difference between the gopis and Rukmini Devi or the queens of Dwarka. Now, the gopis, they are saying, Katyayani Mahamaya, Mahayogin Adhiswari, Nanda Gopa Sutam Devi, Patim me Kurute Nama. They want Nanda Sutta, that is Krishna only as their husband. And here Rukmini is giving the various qualities, and she is not specifying that it is Krishna, though she means it is Krishna only. That is the difference. Then the second one is about Rukmini. As we learned, she is an expansion of rather an Amsa of Lakshmi Devi only, and she was obtained in the Samudra Manthan. Now, in the Samudra Manthan, she came out during the churning of the milk ocean, and there are various stories. Now, what happens? Everyone was staying in, standing on a line, and first one to encounter was Durvasa Muni. Now, Durvasa Muni, she thought he has got all the good qualities, but his defect is anger. He becomes very angry. Then came Sukracharya. Now, you know Sukracharya, it is given in the Bhagavad Gita also, Bransinam Vasudevasmi Pandavanam Dhananjaya Muninam Apiyaham Vyasa Kavinam Usana Rishi, Usana Kavi. That means among the thinker, I am I am Sukracharya. That means Sukracharya is another representative of the opulence of Krishna, but still she rejected rejected him because his association with the demons, that was not correct. Then next came Lord Shiva. About Lord Shiva, she thought he has got all the good qualities. He talks always about Krishna only throughout the day and night. He has no other work. He thinks of him. He is the greatest Vaishnava. There is no doubt. But he has got a defect. What is the defect? The defect is he has no mercy. How? Because at the end of creation, he destroys the whole universe without any mercy. Like this, and at that time, Vishnu, he did not find any interest in standing in the line. He went far off and he was sitting down near a tree. And after visiting everybody, Lakshmi Devi, she had accepted Vishnu as her husband. Now, that is what is about Rukmini Devi. Now, then tomorrow we'll hear the story of how Krishna kidnaps Rukmini Devi. Now, before that, there is something which is not given in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, the Swayamvara of Rukmini Devi, it was not held once, which is given in this Srimad Bhagavatam, but it was held twice as given in the Mahabharata. I'll tell you the first one. Actually, everybody had gathered there, but due to some reason that could not be held, they did not go ahead with that. That's why the another Swayamvara took place, and in that what happened, that is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam, that we'll be learning tomorrow. But I'll tell you in very, very brief, though it is given in very great detail in Harivamsa Purana and Mahabharata. I will give you only a gist because the complete story, it will take minimum 1 hour. Now, what happened in the last chapter, we learned about Krishna. He finally came back to Mathura. Now, in Mathura, what happened? Next day morning, the inhabitants of Mathura, they informed Krishna that there is a Swayamvara of Rukmini being held at Kundinpura, and all the kings, they have been invited, and they are going to attend it. Now, what Krishna did, he with his army, he left for Kundinapura. He reached there. Then there, all the kings, including Jarasandha, Salva, and all other Dantabakra and many other great kings, they had arrived, they had made their camps. And Krishna, he met Bhishmaka a little later, not initially. Now, what happened then? There was a meeting of all these kings who had come to attend the Swayamvara. Now, in this, speeches of Jarasandha, Dantabakra, Salva, they are all given in very great detail, but in very brief. What Jarasandha had to say, he said that Krishna will certainly come to the Swayamvara, and Krishna, he does what he wants. Nobody can stop him, and he is all powerful. Then he told about how he had what he had done in his previous incarnations and all that. And even as Krishna during his childhood, he killed so many demons and all that. Everything he knew. And he also knew that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He can do anything and everything like this. And thereafter, Salva, Dantabakra, they also spoke. And Bhishmaka also spoke. Bhishmaka, what he had to speak, basically he was supporting his son Rukmi, but he could not go against him in public. That's why somehow he supported him in saying that supported means he did not criticize him, but he was not criticizing him at all. Then what happened later on, Krishna would be chastising Bhishmaka for that. Then what happened? Now, what was the basic reason why Krishna was not invited for this meeting? Because this Swayamvara, this was meant for the kings or the princes. Now, Krishna does not come in any of the categories. He was not a king because the king of Dwarka was king of Mathura, and later on Dwarka, it was Ugrasena only. And he was not a son of a king also. Therefore, the two brothers of Bhishmaka, their names were Kausika and Kratha, they decided to perform the coronation of Krishna. Coronation means they wanted to make him the king of all kings of the whole universe. And at that time, what happened? The messenger was sent by Indra, and the celestial assembly hall was also sent there, and a coronation was held, and he became the king of kings. Thereafter, after this, there was a conversation between Krishna and King Bhishmaka. And as I already told you, Krishna chastised Bhishmaka for supporting his son Rukmi. And thereafter, the Swayamvara that was abandoned, and Krishna, he returned to Mathura. Now, there is another story I am not saying in this. When Krishna had reached, he had gone by the road, and when he wanted to meet all the kings, and especially Vishmaka, he had used his the carrier, that is Garuda, but when he came back to Mathura, he did not use Garuda, because Garuda, he wanted to search for a place in the area of Dwarka for establishment of a city. Now, then what happened after Krishna spoke to Bhismaka? Bhismaka, he glorified Krishna, and the replies given by Salva and Jarasandha, they are also given here. And then Salva relays Jarasandha's message to Kalyavana. Then Kalyavana, he also replied to Salva. And then when Krishna returned to Mathura, then what happened? Kalyavana and Jarasandha, they attack Mathura. This is, I am telling you the sequence which is given in the Mahabharata. Then thereafter, Lord Krishna and the Yadavas, they departed from Mathura and established the city of Dwarka, and Kalyavana was killed by King Muchkunda, that we heard in lesson 87. And by the Lord's order, Vishwakarma constructed Dwarka, and thereafter Rukmini's marriage with Shishupala arranged. That is the second Swayamvara that is going to take place, which we will be hearing tomorrow. Then Krishna kidnaps Rukmini, followed by a fierce fighting. And after defeating Rukmini, Krishna returns to Dwarka with Rukmini. All these stories will be hearing tomorrow. Since the whole story will take much more time, I am not telling. But please remember that all the people who were attending, that is starting from Jarasandha to Salva and all that, they knew who Krishna was. They knew that he is the supreme personality of Godhead. They knew that he is all powerful. He can do anything. And they also knew that whatever he wants, he gets it done. Nobody can fight with him. And after knowing this also, they had to do this. Then one may question, if Rukmini is the incarnation of Lakshmi, she was destined to marry Krishna, then why all this drama? Now, this all drama, because Krishna wanted to take revenge. What revenge? In earlier times, that is in during Rama incarnation in Treta Yuga, Ravana had kidnapped Sita. Now that same Ravana became Shishupala. Now Shishupala was to marry Rukmini, and that's why he kidnapped Rukmini. That's what some acharyas they comment like this. So this is what I had to say today. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Ravana did not become Shishupala. Ravana's third birth, he was second birth.
Yes, yes.
Third birth was Shishupala.
Yes, yes.
Ravana Kumbhakarna, second. This is Jai Vijay. First is Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyakshara, then Ravana Kumbhakarna, and then the third birth of Jai Vijay is Shishupal and Dantavakra.
Yes.
A lot of things you read from this Upa Mahabharata, which is also called this is really not really true, in the sense what Bhagavatam says. Diametrically opposite things it says,
Yes.
I give you one example, that in there it says this Kamsa. Kamsa is actually the son-in-law of this
Jarasandha.
Jarasandha. But in that Purana it says he is the brother-in-law. Is totally wrong, you know. So one has to be really careful about it. In what context that is said there, and what context we are discussing here, we should not get confused about it. Okay.
Also, there are many contradictions you will find, and the solution also is given. They may be in different kalpas. That
No, but
also
this is
can be
no,
another
but
reason.
our Acharya said this is beyond Kalpa Bheda.
Yes.
It's beyond Kalpa Bheda. Okay. Any other questions, comments? We still have some time, so
Hare
Sharapuji can
Krishna.
select some other topic. Oh
Hare
yes, go
Krishna.
ahead. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. The Prabhuji's Pranam. Thank you for a wonderful class, Archana Mataji. With that so much excitement and enthusiasm, you conducted this class. It was so
Thank you,
nice.
Mataji. Thank you
This
so
is
much.
one of my favorite topics to Ranchodraya and Rukmini Devi's kidnapping. It's like what do you say? It's ever fresh. You can keep hearing again and again and again and again. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Charu Prabhuji, for those beautiful slides,
Thank you.
without which, I mean, our classes, it will be very difficult.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sharat Prabhuji, as well. And for the recap, Sanjeev Prabhuji. Thank you.
Remember, tomorrow onwards, the recap can be 40-45 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So if there's no more question, then we may do the Nashiva prayer and conclude the class.
Yeah, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Prabhu. Shri Nrsimhadev Bhagwan ki jai. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladadadaine. Praladadadaine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilatankalakalaye. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Narsimha, Parato Narsimha. Ito Narsimha, Parato Narsimha. Yato yato yami tato Narsimha. Yato yato yami tato Narsimha. Mahi Narsimha, Hridaye Narsimha. Mahi Narsimha, Hridaye Narsimha. Narasimhamadin Sharanam Prapade. Narasimhamadin Sharanam Prapade. Tava Karakamala Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Tava Karakamalabhare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jayo Narsimhadev 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 Jaya Narsimhadev Jai Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you. Thank you, Sumita. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. So we look forward to Archana Mataji's talk tomorrow, second part. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you.
Dhanavad
Thank you,
Pranam.
Mataji. Thank you,
Thank you,
Hare
Shanti Bhai.
Mataji.
Thank you,
Krishna.
Sarath Prabhuji. Thank you, Sanjeev Prabhuji.
Thank you, Sharad Prabhuji. Sanjeev Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Very good.
Hare Bol.